There's only one way to start this live at Gebhards. Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Welcome to live at Gebhards. Oh my God, I love that song, Green Jelly. I after we did that last time on live at Gebhards, I did a little research, and someone got a hold of me and said, "Dude, Maynard from Tool is part of that."
I had never known.
I didn't know that.
No idea. And then upon further research, we find out that also Les Claypool,
right,
and obviously Paulie Shore,
right. But what was Les? What is Les Claypool?
Oh, by the way, Paulie, if you're watching, call me. We got to talk about you loaning your pants out to Kendrick Lamar.
I like that. And what does Les Claypool do on that? The bass,
I think he's singing. I don't know. It doesn't sound like a Les Claypool bass. It's a very simple bass.
What I love,
he can't do.
I love Maynard from Tool, and to find out he's in that song is absolutely awesome. And then I also learned that the name of the band was Green Jello. And then they got sued, so they had to change it to Green Jelly.
Who did they get sued by?
The Jello company. Yeah, the main Jello people sued Green Jello.
Don't be making our pistachio Jello hardcore.
Right. And look at this, Michelle. We haven't even done anything yet. She gave us 99 cents. We got it 99 cents, sir.
To the Spanish King.
To the Spanish King. I'm tired, but we have a very special guest today. We got Steve Grllo, who used to be on the Howard Stern show, and he's got a book out, and he tells some stories about his days with the Howard Stern show. So that's going to be cool. We're going to get an update from Ringworm Ronnie. Ringworm Ronnie's here.
Oh, great.
And Jedi Grind. Do you got the jersey? You got to show the jersey every week. Jedi Grind, $10. Hello, Matt at GH. Thank you, Jedi.
It's safe.
By the way, starting next week, if you give us a super chat, we got a very, very special surprise.
Interesting surprise.
An interesting surprise. It either could be really good or really bad. But with
the
that,
jersey's behind glass, though, just to be safe. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right where Ron should be when he shows us.
All right.
His circular issue.
Very cool. And wait, I saw another one in here. Oh, we got to say hi to Paul. $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, Paulie. Greatly appreciate you. Cheers to Matt. I'm tired. I was at the beach for the last 3 days. No. I'm not looking for sympathy. I don't have
so many boobies.
I don't have sand in my vagina. I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just saying.
Eat the rich.
If I was, if it was up to me, I would live out there full time. That wasn't the problem. The problem was leaving at 10 a.m. thinking, oh, that'll be an easy ride back to the city.
That's right.
Oh, my God. It was 3.5 hours. That's what I'm tired.
We should have slept in the truck.
Well, we got bridges. We got a bridge out near us that they can't use. Well, and I know you're going to talk about the... Huh?
Yeah. Because it's falling apart?
Yes! No, the main bridge out there in like Hampton Bays. I forgot the name of it. It has some kind of Indian name. And also they did one of their casual inspections and went, no, we can't use this bridge anymore.
Don't even walk on it.
No, they shut it down immediately.
Okay.
Immediately, they're trying to figure out what they're going to do. So it's more politicians that were like,
you know what they're going to do? They're going to open it up again.
Of course they are. Because the politicians out there are probably going to be like, it's not our problem.
Ron, you should go.
Right?
And what's your metric for checking this crap? What do you look at it?
That's
you bureaucrats.
And then we got some problems in New York City.
We sure do. Absolutely. I just read recently about the BQE, and a good portion of the BQE, the pretty portion through Brooklyn, right, that looks out over there. You can see the Statue of Liberty in downtown Manhattan, where it's stacked.
Sure.
That whole thing has an expiration date of next year.
Oh my God. Wait, what? And then what?
And then, any plans to fix it are going to take at least 3 or 4 years. So what are you going to do in the meantime? So just keep it on, folks.
So they're just gonna let the thing crumble, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because that's what our politicians do. So if you like these politicians, go screw. Oh, look who's in the background. Scott Watson from up the river with his Doge T-shirt.
Doge this.
Doge this is right.
I'm like Elon.
What I'm loving about the Doge is they're realizing, we kind of need some of these jobs. So they're bringing some of the people back. Like,
But that's how you do it. You cut them all out, and then you see what you really need, and you start.
And then you start bringing it back. Well,
I'm not trying to defend it too much.
All right.
I do kind of love it.
All right. No, I love that they're getting rid of the wasteful spending down there in Washington, of course. Scott Watson, it's time to show your shirt. The shirt of the week. The shirt of the week.
Here we go.
The Doge.
Oh.
And what's the small print?
That's an American flag.
Oh, no. Department of Government Efficiency.
Department of Government Efficiency. All right, there's your.
Whose palms you have to grease to get one of those, huh?
Oh my
Gotta
God.
know the right people. Have a love loop. I was sucking somebody off.
Whoa. And by the way, I'm drinking a Sessions. Matt has Sessions on tap. This is the best IPA. This is literally my favorite IPA that Matt serves. Here at Gebhards.
5.5%.
Yeah, it's nice and easy.
It tastes like a real beer too.
Well, I don't want a headache, Scott. No, I don't want a headache.
I got my Spanish beer.
Oh, what is that?
This is for the Spanish King. It's
Oh,
Mao.
it's a Spanish King.
It's a Spanish King.
Wait, Mao. That doesn't sound Spanish. Mao.
Mao. Cinco estrellas.
All right.
That's 5 stars.
Does it drink pretty good?
That's
It drink pretty good.
Pretty good. You know, it's a deep throat.
It
Yeah,
drinks
it's pretty
pretty
Goes
good.
right down.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'll take that one.
Wow, that's bad news about the. Is it the actual?
Well, it's not
bridge?
bad news yet. Right now, everything's fine.
Yeah.
You're saying it has a year left.
Let's keep going.
Well, that's got to be a guesstimate, obviously, right?
Well, of course. Yeah, it doesn't have. There's no clock.
King
There's no real countdown on it. But it was built in the 40s for those little. What do you call them? The Jerry's, the little, the old trucks.
Yeah.
And now they're like 10 times the weight.
Oh my God.
And how many more people are riding on that thing?
Anyone else see the holes when they go over the GWB, the George Washington
The whole
Bridge?
you can see the waves.
Oh, they finally fixed it, but you literally can see holes that go all the way down to the water back in the day. It wasn't good. But I had to stay at the beach because Doggy, we were running the beach, and all of a sudden he started yelping and crying, and he held up his front right.
Go home.
He held up his right leg, and then he was like,
be a real boy.
he was walking with 3 legs, which was pretty impressive. And I'm thinking, oh man, we're gonna have to cut his leg off. This sucks.
Well, that's the first thought. Every time you see a
Yeah.
puppy limp,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, cool.
I'm like, I don't want one of those dogs with the 3 legs.
You
I don't
don't have
want.
to have one.
I don't want
You know,
one of those.
The way it is with pets, you don't have to have a 3-legged
Well, that's
dog.
true. And I don't want a dog with the wheelies in the back.
That'd be
for their
fine,
back.
though.
I don't want
Yeah,
that.
you can get some kick-ass wheels back there, man.
So he was yelping, and it's been a problem for the last 2 months. So my wife made a vet appointment, and she's like, "Oh, bad news! They can't see it today," which was yesterday. I'm like, "Oh, that sucks! I gotta stay here another day." When
Beach 40.
right. So I brought him in today, and they checked him over, and all of a sudden in the vet, she looks at me, she goes, "You know, we could do some X-rays." I went.
I don't think you need
I started shaking my head slowly, like, nah. And then she goes, or, because she's now reading my face, or we could give some joint pills and let them rest
how much are those joint pills?
Yeah, another 2 months. I'm like, yeah. So now,
probably it. Yeah.
so I'm like, yeah, that's it. And then all kidding aside, I'm like, if you do X-rays, she's like, if we do X-rays, there's still nothing we're
We're
going
going
to
to need
do.
more X-rays to find out that that's just a thorn in his claw.
Yeah. So she's like, even if we did X-rays, we wouldn't operate or anything because I don't feel anything dramatic with the physical. I'm like, yeah, let's
Honest doc.
skip the X-rays. And then she's like, good news. I think he's going to be all right, and this thing just needs to heal. And I said, what part of paying $600 is good news? But he needed shots. He needed the ticket fleet thing. He needed the
And
joint
sometimes
pills.
they throw themselves down the stairs, so you finally take them in for an appointment.
Yeah. So my doggy's good, and then I jumped in the car. I was in horrific traffic for 3.5 hours. So, and in the waiting
How
room,
long does it normally take? And
man, dude, I could get out there in less than 2 hours.
30 seconds unless you're drinking.
middle of the night.
Less than 2 hours. Yeah, I usually go middle of the night because then you're just in it. It's easy. It's easy. So then, and that was that. But in the vet waiting room, dogs just shitting everywhere.
Oh, God.
My dog hasn't shit in the waiting room yet, but just shit.
Yeah.
Well, I would assume
He's not old enough.
No, I'm not gonna let him. Like these dog owners, all of a sudden it's obvious the dog's gonna squat and let one loose.
Because the owners are doing the same
And
thing.
they let the thing do it. I'm like, no. At that point, you go outside, right?
Yes, I would behind a bush.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk to Ringworm Ronnie.
Bring me.
We got to get
Hey, Ron.
we got to
How's
get
it going, Ron?
an update from Ringworm Ronnie, and then we're gonna get Steve Grllo on from the old Howard Stern show.
Ron's got them tearaway pants on.
That's for his boyfriend. I mean, roommate.
I stole this.
What is-
I want to be. I want to be free of sound effects.
too.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, you stole that from Mike Bergen Jr. Mike Bergen Jr.
Oh,
brings.
I had it queued up.
No, fuck, no.
Mike Bergen Jr. brings sound effects, and Ronnie said no, way.
No
There goes
sound
our
effects,
ammo.
buddy.
Nah.
I can make some.
This looks like my mother's pleasure toy.
Oh, God.
It's like a double-sided dildo.
So
Yo, clam slam.
I have to show you something that I'm not proud of,
All right.
and I
Okay,
discovered today.
I didn't know that.
I honestly, I was like, I discovered it on the subway. I never looked before.
Can I hit him myself?
So
Hit him with the.
I'm not
sound
proud.
machine.
I'm not proud of it, but I really do need to clean my case that stores my earbuds. You want to put some light on it?
Oh.
Oh my God!
Oh,
It's
don't
bad.
touch it out,
It's
don't.
bad. It's
It's like
bad.
an HIV.
It's bad.
Ringworm Ronnie strikes again.
That's earwax.
I know,
That's
dude,
why
I
he yells
know.
because he can't hear himself.
No, but I can't even get it out. Like it's like petrified. Want to show them again?
No.
They love to see it. They
But they're
love-
leaving.
Oh my God!
Oh,
Jesus.
No, it's like the cheese map. Look at
Hey,
that.
let's do a shot.
It's
out
like
of it.
nature's. It's like nature's
Did
honey.
you try alcohol?
I haven't. Dude, I just
Dump
discovered
some
it.
alcohol in there.
You know what's thing is though, when I use the Q-tips, crystal clear.
Right.
It's supposed to use in your ear.
But I can't believe I don't have that in my inside my
Has
head.
anyone ever done the candle thing with their ears?
Oh, yeah.
It didn't do shit.
Supposedly that it's BS, right? Supposedly.
Just leave mine alone. You know.
So Ringworm Ronnie, or is it Ronnie Ringworm? Which one?
Ringworm Ronnie.
I like Ringworm Ronnie.
Ronnie Ringworm sounds like one of those mafia nicknames.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you're
Ronnie
connected.
Ringworm.
Well, you're the son of a mafia boss. So, well, no, he wasn't. the boss.
No, he wasn't.
Mafia.
No, but so Ronnie Ringworm. Why would you have that name in the
Something
mob?
nice.
Like, is that how you kill somebody? I
You
don't
just
know.
give him all
My
some,
dad
some
just
infectious
You know,
disease.
one guy's like one white big pussy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you like that, and anyway. So, what do you want to know?
That's
You
about
went to-
it.
you went
That's
to the
pretty
It's
good.
okay to come,
Yeah.
come out of the closet.
So, it looks exactly like ringworm.
Yes, that's what Matt said right off the bat.
Textbook. So I go to the dermatologist, and his name is Bing Bing Bam. I'm not even joking. His fucking
Bring
name
the
is
mafioso.
he's
He's
fucking.
Irish.
He's like Thai. He's Asian. He's
That's
a
how they
tiny
make
little
kids
Asian
look
guy.
Of course he's
with a,
Asian.
With a fucking little earring, and he's got three B's. It's like
Did you ask
bam,
you?
it's like bam, bam, bam. And he has no bedside manner. The Asians, they don't have bedside. Ah, you motherfucker!
Oh, shit,
Oh, he took it.
Oh, he took the boom box.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me get the story in quick.
So does he think it's ringworm officially?
So first he goes. So I said, my pharmacist.
First thing he said was,
Right.
So I said, my pharmacist took a look at it and he prescribed me keto something, and that is a fungal cream. So I did a whole month of fungal cream on my fucking
No, we
cross
saw
circles.
it a week ago.
yeah, but you did a month's work.
No, so now I go. That's why I went to the dermatologist, because that didn't work. My pharmacist misdiagnosed me. Fucking you call
Well,
yourself.
you're not supposed to get diagnosed by a pharmacist.
I know. Fucking-
Depends on where it itches.
So I go, and he looks at it, and he says to me, "Has it ever blistered?" And I said, "Actually, a few times. It actually has blistered if you really scratch it. It's so fucking itchy."
Right.
Then he goes, No, I don't know what else he said. Oh, wait a minute.
No, I'm laughing at the ping
I
pong
fucking I
sound
know,
effects
I
in the
got lost.
background.
I told you, God damn it.
All right.
I lost my train of
Well,
thought.
get your thoughts. Gigi gave us $2. F the haters,
Yeah,
though.
sure.
I think the envelope bit was gold. All right,
Oh,
thank you.
so this is what I learned is
Yeah.
that I didn't know that severe eczema can resemble the fucking what's it called? Crop circles?
Ringworm.
Ringworm. And so
That
I
doesn't make sense. So you have severe eczema,
Yeah.
but you only have 2 circles on your one leg.
so I developed eczema from 2 separate spider bites. Who knew
Why
that
is it
was?
spider bites?
Well, what bite was it? Someone bit me.
Right.
Was it the roommate?
It was a roommate.
It was the brother roommate.
Oh.
This is for not paying your rent.
All right.
And so, but by the way, fuck all that. I just interviewed with the fucking Mets today, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Never glove.
Well, you're going to be a security guard over there.
Hold on, you want to see
You
the
look like
picture?
you could steal.
Yeah, we'll
baby.
see the picture. It's better than looking at your.
So far, Halloween's a bigger letdown than being a Mets fan.
Here's the first pitch.
And the season's over.
I hope they can hear that in the background.
Yeah.
There's me, everybody.
Oh, look at
Relax.
Ron the security.
Relax.
Ron the security guard.
The fucking
It's evidence.
apple.
Wait, are you
Look
waiting
at
I live in a stallion boulevard.
me.
Oh,
I look like I'm in the mafia.
You do, right
Look like an
there.
old Jewish woman.
Yeah, you look like.
Especially with the guy with the gun behind you.
Hold on, show this one. This is with me and Tom Siva.
That's
Me and Tommy.
Oh, look, he's with Tom Siva.
Tommy.
Tom
Look at
Siva.
that. Look at me. I look like dude. Do I look like a fucking younger version of De Niro?
No.
A little bit.
yeah,
A little bit.
Sure.
Little bit.
Sure.
Little bit.
Sure.
Maybe you have a kid when you're 80.
A little bit.
There you go.
Smash your face
So
with
that's
that, maybe.
so. What's the deal with the ringworm? What do we do now?
So here's the deal. So now I got. By the way, I saved this guy a step because he goes, "Oh, you did the fungal cream?" He goes, "Well, we could." And then Bing Bang Bam said, "We can rule that out." Tiny little guy, big fucking name. So he goes, "Well, we know it's not a fungal infection." And I said, "Can you get ringworm from an open wound?" And he goes, "No, it doesn't work like
How
that."
do you get ringworm? Does anyone know?
I don't
We're gonna find
know,
out.
but
we're
like.
You don't. You
Not
still don't know how
showering.
you get it.
I don't
Not
need to know. I
showering.
don't have it. Like you can't get ringworm. It has to come from the
Not washing
inside
the
out.
sheets.
But by the way, I
Animals.
thought I did have ringworm because like sometimes I don't use sheets and my mattress is bad.
Ah,
There's
God,
like
So
different shades of like
Different shades of earwax.
just like different shades of like browns and yellow.
Oh my God.
So, anyways,
But it used to be rainbow color.
so he goes. By the way, who knew you could get fucking eczema from spider bites? So anyway,
no, you can't.
Nobody.
No,
It's impossible
no,
still.
we're
by the way, I
gonna
asked.
say it another 5 times.
No,
We're
but
not
by
gonna
the way,
believe
I said, "Is that possible?" And he, Bing Bam Bam, just looked at me.
Why is it Bing
Because
Bing
that's
Bam?
his fucking name.
What,
I
one
can even-
Bing is good enough.
He-
Bing
I-
Bam.
He literally.
Is the other Bing his middle name? Bing,
I'm sure.
Bing
I'm
Bam?
sure your wives would attest that it's pretty common. He has, it's B 2 letters, B 2 letters, B 2 letters. It's like Bam Bam Boom or something like that.
All right.
Look how close
And you didn't take his card?
I have all the information. I didn't bring
All right,
it with me.
you're still ringworm Ronnie.
So,
Let's see your medical record.
so he prescribed to me. Yeah. Scott, I'm very upset with you. I'm very upset with you.
you're flatlining, Ronnie.
So here's the deal. I started it today. I have to take 2 separate creams. The first steroid cream, I have to do the whole tube, and if it doesn't clear up, then I have to do cream tube number 2, which is a different type of
Oh,
steroid.
just kill
And
yourself.
then if that
This is exhausting.
and then if that doesn't clear up, I have to go in for a biopsy.
Oh, do that. Just take
But
parts of your body off.
This is where you tell everyone
Throw
you're
it
the
out.
healthiest person alive. It's
Right,
time for
you
that.
know?
It's time for that.
I mean,
Oh, you can't do
God,
it.
you
You
can't
can't
even
hide.
That
At
mole
least
is
he
right
can.
next to your face, ready to
I'm
kill
like
you.
herpes. Damn the mole.
you know, when you really think about it, you saw my toenails, you saw my pull my tooth out.
Yeah.
I got the ringworm. You saw the earwax.
Let's see them nuts.
So what part of you're the healthiest person alive? None of that says,
I'm actually like incredibly healthy. Like,
So was Rocky Dennis.
my fucking doctor, Dr. Paul Lombardi from Astoria, his father was a doctor,
Paul Lombardi.
and his father's father was a doctor, said, I have the heart of a 25-year-old.
25-year-old rhinoceros.
No,
A 25-year-old dog.
he said my electrolytes are beautiful.
Carol, what?
He literally
You
said
got
to
sold
me,
your body.
he said to me, whatever you're doing, just keep doing it.
Just don't talk about it.
I drank a Gatorade. I had a Gatorade on the way home today, so my electrolytes are
That's
fantastic.
a great phrase going from the doctors. Like, well, your heart. Oh, well,
By the
your
way,
blood pressure.
Gatorade is
Oh,
poison, and there's a lot of countries in Europe. Gatorade is banned. It's fucking considered poison.
All right.
Dark chocolate, adios.
chocolate. Spilled the heavy
All right, thank you, not Jimmy Stewart. All right, well that's your update. We learned nothing. You're on another cream,
What you didn't learn is I'm going to be working for the Mets.
dude. You might have Lyme disease.
What's
It is a bullseye, and that's a sign of fucking Lyme disease. You might have ticks in your bed.
They're probably
I had bed bugs for a couple of years. That was fun.
a couple years.
Couple years in a row,
Yeah,
consecutively?
I lived in a single room occupancy on the Upper West Side. I just lived in a cubicle with a sink and a mini fridge, but the mini fridge never worked. And there was 2 bathrooms in the hallway.
And you had bed
And
bugs.
once one person gets bed bugs, everyone
gets
them.
bed bugs.
So
I took in a cab once in Buffalo, and I got infested with fleas.
Dude, it's so bad.
It almost-
fleas are different.
It almost drove me nuts.
Yeah.
Every single bite fucking
You
hurt.
can see them jumping up and
Yes,
down.
every single bite hurt, and I knew it was
Yeah.
going to be weeks before the itch would go away.
Okay.
And I bombed my apartment 2 or 3 fucking times. And just like you're saying, you would see them jumping up off the rug like this, and there were hundreds of them, and I could never get rid of the fucking thing.
So you just reminded me.
And I
So-
got scars up and down my arms from fucking fleas.
You just reminded me. On the same floor, I was on the 7th floor of the SRO. On the other side was a guy who had fleas because he brought a fucking dog. He brought a fucking street dog in, and when you would open up the door, all you would see is
You could hear him yelling in there.
He was covered in scabs, and he was like, at one point, he was running down the hallway, screaming, "I can't take it anymore!
Right.
I can't take it
Jump out the
anymore!"
window, classically.
Ah! He was like, dude, he was sleeping in the bathroom.
Fleas will drive
He was,
you
yeah.
insane.
You could see them. You could see them in his room, just up and down. He's like, I can't take it.
Come here, save us.
Oh, Mew, come on in here.
All right, let me get
Save us.
It's not busy up there, is it?
I'm working for
Quick.
Wait, come on in, Mew.
Come on, you.
Mew, real fast.
Don't touch Ron. He's got fleas.
Sit on Ronnie's lap. Sit
Oh,
on,
no, we can't do that to her.
sit on Uncle Ronnie's lap.
Neil, are we dressed the same?
No.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, there.
Neil, you come in.
Oh, look at the Mew tonight.
Neil, you get in.
Mew was the star last week here at Gebhards.
Everybody was happy.
Oh my God, 2
Two
nights.
nights.
What do you think?
Hello. Yes.
What do you think?
She's gonna grab them both. Oh
Oh
God!
my God.
We're gonna get $100.
Matt, she's with the lights. Which one do I use?
Can I do something for guys I used to work with?
Wait, one more time, please, before
Just
I
say-
answer it.
For two guys I used to work with. Can I do something? Do you have a sense of humor?
Yes.
Okay. No.
It's not gonna hurt you.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Get over here.
It's just gonna tickle a little
I'm
bit.
scared.
No, I'm just gonna do this.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Oh my God. Really?
Now she really is tired with it.
Is this thing on?
What do you hear? Whale? Do you hear whale sound?
Barrister 1401, $5. Geez, please get rid of Ron. Give us the hot Asian. Well, the hot
The
Asian's
hot
here.
Asian's right here.
Thank you.
How was your week?
Hey, what's
Leo?
that doctor's name?
It's been good.
Yeah?
But spread's full because I have exam tomorrow.
Oh, an exam.
Yeah.
And you're here studying?
Yep.
I can't wait for you to study Ron's body.
No!
I'm gonna move away.
Trying to get a degree and go home.
They're gonna bring him in. That would be gold. Him as a cadaver for the medical students. That would be gold, right?
Yes,
He's got so
definitely.
much shit going on with him.
Really?
Yes.
Like
I don't know.
what?
I think you'd get people to quit.
You think?
Yeah, there wouldn't be anybody left in school anymore.
I want you to study me. I
Oh,
want you to pull my insides
Oh,
out.
good Lord.
that would
As he
be
tell
my
you, Ruby.
pleasure. Yes.
Well.
That was the gerbils.
So that's it? You had
Yes,
a good
yes,
week?
yes.
And you got an exam tomorrow? What's the exam on?
So it's a hands-on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
This is just out of the
It's like a four-hands
Let me
thing.
show you.
yes. So like before we.
What's a
so,
hands-on exam?
So basically, right now I'm doing like those blood pressure thing or like wound dressing.
Do that all come here. She's
Wait a minute.
taking my
Why
pulse
did-
all
you
the
wanna
time.
practice-
Oh, really? She's
Yeah.
practicing on you?
Let her practice on my rings. You want to do
Yeah,
it?
you want to study his
Extra
rings?
credit?
No,
Did you see his
I
rings?
don't want to do.
don't.
No,
like,
like-
right now.
She's working. She's gonna have to wash her hands anyway.
All right, yeah, you get.
She's gonna have to wash her hands up.
Yeah, no, you can't touch. No, yeah, no.
You chop your hands off.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Is that it from you? Do we have a
We'll
question?
be back, right?
Yeah, I'll be back.
All right, come on
Do you
back.
guys
We're gonna get Steve
Wait,
Grllo
yes,
on
yes,
from the
yes,
Howard
yes,
Stern
yes.
show.
Please.
So,
No.
based on your views, you make about 3,000 a year. All right, thanks, GJ.
Okay.
JJ.
You want me to get him?
You wanna
Yeah,
see
go
this?
get Steve Grllo from the Howard Stern show. Nick W, $9.99. Woo! Here's my goddamn congestion fee, you bastards. Please use it to buy their strongest Belgian IPA and pour it on Ron's ringworm. They did this in ancient Egypt, Ron. Oh, this guy watches. Thank you.
Right, the Egyptians know about
Thank
Belgium.
you, thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Steve.
Holy
I don't know who
shit.
that is, but I'm in love.
Oh, you're in love with
That's
him?
you.
She doesn't like white guys.
Let me get.
Well, not unless you-
Hold on. Let me get your mic on,
You're welcome.
guys. For the
Yeah,
first time on live at Get Thoughts, it's Steve Grllo,
Oh my god, I gotta stand up straight. I look fucking really fat.
who used to work on. We all look. I got tit sweat today. It's like
Yeah,
100
Opie's like, is it 110 in here? My tits are sweating.
my boobies
Seventy
are sweating.
boobies.
Yeah.
But this is Steve Grillo. He used to work on the Howard Stern show.
Yes, I did.
And he's got a book coming out called
Uh,
Grillo Parts.
Gorilla parts.
Grillo Parts.
Gorilla
Oh,
parts.
Gorilla
Gorilla.
Parts.
Well, that was my nickname. That when I was a kid, that if you wanted to piss me off, you called me a gorilla.
All right.
And my first time on the air, somehow or another, Gary Delabate said, "This is our new intern, Steve Grllo." And
Wait, why would
You attack him right away.
why would that be?
I wanted to do. It's actually the first chapter of my book. So, not to lean into it real quick, but it's basically when I grew up. There was my friend was a Puerto Rican. I had a stutterer. We had a Jew, and we had a fat Chinese kid.
Right.
So we were all close, but we all threw down. As very, we used to do rank out fights, but they didn't have much on me until one day somebody bastardized my last name and called me a gorilla. So all of a sudden, my mom's swinging in trees, fucking bananas. So that's if you wanted to piss me off, you call me a gorilla. So
Fire jump good, huh?
yeah. So the first
But
time,
did you look? It was just because
no,
your name
my
was
last
similar.
name.
Yeah.
Somebody bastardized.
But that's not
Too
fair.
easy.
No.
Too
but
easy.
Hold on a second. It didn't make a difference. The thing is, I had something on everybody,
Right.
and they didn't have anything on me.
Right. So
And
they
now
finally
they had,
got you.
so now the first time I was on the air, there was a fight about something what Gary did with Howard in a painting, and I heard the whole thing. So I told Gary, I went, it was a big fight, and on the air, and I said, Gary, I heard, yeah, there we go. No, you gotta do the Fred one. The Fred one was the best. So
Okay,
anyway,
yeah.
so here's the deal. So Gary goes in and goes, "I'm new intern, Steve Grllo," and Harry goes, "Gorilla. We got an intern named Gorilla. Get him in here." And I'm like walking into the studio for the first time in my life, and I go,
I'll be high as
"Did
fuck.
that motherfucker just call me a gorilla?" So I literally went back to 96th Street when I was like 12 years old, and I was ready. I wanted to fight him. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's awesome.
Yeah. I might have sounded nervous, but I was like, "Why did you just call me that, man?"
Right.
And so that's how
Oh, so you were
gorilla.
triggered.
Yeah, so gorilla was a trigger thing for me.
All right.
And then I wanted to, I had to steal something from Howard, so gorilla parts.
Gorilla
Like,
Parts.
I wanted to get a little,
What years? What years did you
Little
work?
dig, little dig.
What
little
years
dig.
did you work for Howard? Just
I
for a
started
reference point.
1991. I just got out of high school, and I was going to Hunter College and wrestling, and I found out that they were at 600 Madison,
Right.
and I was like, "Shit, motherfucker, that's down the block."
Right.
And I'm sorry. No, I don't want to sound like a retard. So I gotta keep it down.
You can't say that word. Yes, you can. Right up.
Can't say that
Sorry.
word.
You can't say
But
that word.
if I'm referring to myself as a retard,
No, you can't say.
Okay.
You can't say.
Okay.
I got to show responsibility.
Blank-a-doodle-doo.
these social media platforms.
Okay, I'm
lose their
sorry.
mind.
I apologize.
They lean very.
I told
They
you.
lean very until they met with Trump,
Yeah,
and now they're
okay.
starting to
Yeah.
lean more.
No,
toward the
I want you to
Venezuela.
So
stay on
Doge
the air.
gets in there.
The Dozier. The Dozinator.
The Doge.
So anyway, it was just kind of weird that the fact that the first time I went on the air, he happened to just call me the one name that triggered me.
Right.
You know.
Oh, so that's a great start to the Howard Stern show. So
Yeah.
what years were you?
91 to 98. I went
Wait,
on.
really?
Yeah.
91 to 98?
Yeah. And I didn't get paid until 97. No, why are you all laughing?
Was it the end of the
It's not funny. It's not funny at all.
Of course it's not funny. Because Howard's a prick. We all know that.
Yeah, but you know, it
They
just-
act like he's a nice guy behind the scenes, this and that,
You
blah,
know,
blah, blah. I
I-
hear the stories. Howard, in 91 to 98, Howard was making $20 to $30 million
I
a year.
never spent a nickel.
Right, and now he makes well over $100 million a year, obviously. But back then, he was making at least $20 or $30 million, and he didn't
Yeah.
even pay you until last year.
And you know, my last day, he goes, you know, Robin, he thought he was so magnanimous. He goes, oh, you know what, Robin? I gave the kid a check, $2,000.
Oh,
Yeah, you give me a check for $2,000
right.
my last day leaving when I worked for free for like 7 years.
Now I'm mad.
Right.
Now I'm real
No,
bad.
I was like,
I'll
yeah.
Yeah, see?
So, yeah, see?
Wait,
Courageous cat and Minnie Mouse, see?
so you were just, I mean, not just obviously, but you were technically an intern.
Yeah, I was an intern up until my credits ran out after the first 4 months. Okay, because technically what happened.
So you were allowed to hang around, but they didn't want to
you
pay
got-
you.
No, you got paid by credit hours. The amount of hours that you worked or the amount of credits that you had. And I literally, I wasn't supposed to get credits because I was still a freshman, but I had someone back me up.
Fresh person.
For a fresh person.
Oh.
So I ran through the credits within the first 6 months because I had worked so many hours. So after the first 6 months of being there, the next 6.5 years, I didn't get paid a dime.
All right, we got questions coming in.
Oh, bring them, baby.
All right, Alex, $5.
$5.
$5, Grillo.
Oh,
If your life depended on being correct.
yes.
All right. Howard, wig or no wig?
Not when I was there.
Yeah, it was
What does it look like now? Yes.
You're right. Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've heard tell. I can't confirm because I haven't seen him in person since the quote unquote Wingate thing that's going on.
we had a client when we were at WNEW, me and Anthony. Anthony and I. It was
Goes in the house. And now it's overrun the grammar now. Your grammar's wrong. You're out.
and
Wasted government spending. You don't even know your grammar. Let's go.
and this hair club type company
Okay.
was advertising on our show, and they said they swore to us that Howard had some action.
Well, look
I
at
don't know if
it-
it's true. I don't know if it's true.
If you look, when I was there, that was his hair. The only time it wasn't his hair when we shot private parts, because they needed bigger hair to be more present on screen.
Right. So here's the second part of the question. So I guess it's $250 per question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here at Gebhards.
That money doesn't go anywhere.
Well, he says, how confident is your answer? You're confident it was his real hair back in the day from
When I was there, 100%.
Okay.
I stared at it every day from the
All right.
scalp.
All right, here's the second part of the question. Is Beth his beard?
Is Beth his what?
Beard.
What's that mean?
You've never heard the term beard.
No.
Covering up for,
Oh, well, does he have a fanoke?
Yeah.
All I know is I could say is I don't know about that because I never even heard the term. All I would say was him and Ralph were uncomfortably close, and no, and no one can explain it. Like,
So close that you knew it was his real hair.
Maury's wigs don't come off.
What do you mean by uncomfortably close?
Because here's the deal: like he came in out of nowhere, and all of a sudden they're like best friends.
I always look. I always thought it.
I never heard.
I'll tell you this much, Grillo. So I gotta say, me and Anthony also had a pretty successful fucking radio show.
Yeah.
But we never felt the need to have a stylist and someone doing our fucking hair every month.
Well,
That's weird when you're talking to dudes, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
All right.
Yeah, there's no disputing that. Yeah. Yeah.
Matt's making himself.
Well, no, well, you know, I think
What do you
it was-
mean by uncomfortably close, though?
Well, because no one could explain it. Why is why is all of a sudden he's like really that close to Ralph? Right?
Was there chatter behind the scenes? A little chatter?
No, it just
little
no.
chatter?
The chatter was, and it was more from someone like. There's a guy I don't even want to mention his name because it's just you mentioned his name and it's like a shitstorm. There was someone that was there that had long hair and then couldn't get close to Howard. And
Stuttering John.
I don't know that guy. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
No, it's
And
so
you did it
funny.
right into the
No,
book, which is
I
out
did
now.
not.
No, it's so
I
funny.
kept him out of the book. to be honest with you.
Every time you mention Stuttering John, he goes off on a tear. And
Oh,
last
dude.
time Jackie was on, he's like, just don't mention the guy. Because
Yeah.
even if I mention him, he'll spin it to be something bad. And then
Yeah,
he'll
no,
attack
I
me for
had
the
that
next
problem
month.
with Shuley. You know what I'm saying? He said hello, by the way.
Shuley!
Yeah.
Hi,
All
Shuley.
those guys over there. I was on I jumped on yesterday. I feel bad. I got to apologize to Gino Biscotti because
Who's that?
He's a comedian.
Oh, all right.
No, he had a podcast. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it yesterday because I got stuck in the studio.
Oh, all right.
All you guys have
I
riffs.
mean-
If I get jumped on a riff, I
I mean,
apologize.
if you're on the Gino Bisconte podcast, are you actually?
Anywhere? No, I don't know. I had a podcast, and sometimes you weren't anywhere, so I don't know.
Right.
I don't care about that. If you're nice to me, I'm nice to you.
There you
That's
go. Fine.
Just don't call him a gorilla.
it. Yeah, exactly. What?
Don't want me what? Don't want you there.
Okay.
So,
I'm calling you city.
so is the book about your life, and then obviously a lot of Howard
Yeah,
Stern
well,
stuff?
if you see the cover of the book, and I'm sure you guys can put it up, it's a
It's
picture
a
of me.
silverback.
It's Silverback 12-year-old Steve Grllo.
Give me the picture on your phone to show
Okay, yeah,
everybody.
sure.
We're
Is it
top
out now?
No, it's March 15th. Nice. It'll be on Amazon on the 15th.
You know what I learned recently? That Jackie came up with Boy Gary's nickname Baba Booey.
Well, yeah. Here's the picture of the book.
All right, that's a badass cover right there.
Well, that's me at 12 years old, being a wise ass, and the book starts off with me being 12 years old and a wise ass.
Very cool.
And then this is the back of the book, where I'm just like Uncle Fester.
Yeah, a little Uncle Festery, but
Yeah.
all right.
Put a light bulb in my mouth. I should have done
All
that.
right,
A little Kerry
all right,
King thing
all
going
right.
on there too.
Yeah.
All right, so it takes you through your life. Did you have a crazy upbringing?
Oh yeah, I grew up in I always say I'm half Irish, half embarrassed. No disrespect to the Italians. It wasn't had to do with my Italian family, Opie. So it had to do with the neighborhood I grew up in, which was basically Goodfellas.
Okay.
So I grew up in the movie. Paul Sorvino's character was Paul Cicero in the movie, but in real life it was Paul Vario. I grew up with Dana Vario. She was in my grammar school like for 8
Okay,
years.
so you grew up with the mafia.
Yeah. So
Nice.
when Henry Hill used to call up every morning and like tell me like fucked up shit, he goes, and I reenacted. It's in the book, and I also reenacted it because I've been reenacting all the things, all the stories in my book, so you could actually video like places I've been in the book. So with the one place he goes, you know Rockaway Parkway and Avenue L? I go, yeah. He goes, you know that bank right there? I go, it's not a bank, it's a fucking eyeglass store. He goes, is there a safe deposit box in the side of the wall? I go, oh yeah. He goes, yeah, that's where we buried 3 dead bodies right there in the fucking. So I went back to the safe deposit box so you can watch the video and read it in the book.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So no, it's not really because that's why I said I was always half Irish, half embarrassed
Right.
because I grew up in my neighborhood. They're like all Italian.
All right, tell us some Howard stuff, man.
I gave you a bunch of stuff right
All
there.
right. So what?
I got beat up by Spike Lee's bodyguard.
All right.
Yeah.
Why did you get beat up by Spike Lee's bodyguard?
Well, because I accompanied that guy that I don't remember his name to a book signing for Spike Lee during Christmas time on I think it was like 8th Street and 6th Avenue. It was a Barnes and Noble, and when I was with that person, he asked Spike Lee, "Why do you hate the Jews so much?" And we promptly got escorted out of the Barnes and Noble. Promptly by 2 gigantic, the Nation of Islam type guys.
Damn.
And then when we got outside,
Did they have bow ties?
No, but they
No
should.
bow ties?
It was in their back pocket, I'm sure. And so we went outside and we were like all triumphant, and I got in the back of his car because his girlfriend was there, and then those two giant guys came out and tried to shut. They wouldn't let John shut the door, and they said, "Give us that tape, fucking white boy."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so I knew what was going on, so I kind of snuck out the other side of the car, and John goes, "Grillo, run!" And he throws me the tape, and I grab the tape, and I'm running down 8th Street during Christmas time. All I need to do is get to Washington Square Park, and I know I could disappear. And I remember I turning around and watching these two giant black guys, like 2 feet above everybody, chasing me down the street. Okay, so as I turned around, I go, "Oh, I got the lead." And as I turned around, I hit somebody who fell on the floor. So now I got to get back up and try to get that evil Knievel thing going.
Right.
I was like, the guy caught up to me, and he punched me in the back of the head, and I went flying on my stomach for about like good 10 feet.
All the way to Washington Square Park.
Yeah, almost. I was just climbing. I can see it. It was like right there.
It was right there.
And so I get back up, and now these guys are on me like a bum on a sandwich, bro. They are. So I took the tape. I had my MC jacket on. I took the tape and I stuck it underneath my chin, and I started throwing myself against one of the storefronts with the gate that was down.
Yeah.
Because I knew if I make enough noise,
Somebody will come in.
No, it was Kristen. Everybody. So I'm doing this, and these guys are going to town on my ribs, and they're trying to make me get the taste. And I balled up, and I didn't let that happen. And then I'm screaming, "Call the police!" And now, just what I wanted, a crowd gathered. Okay.
We're listening. Keep going.
So the crowd gathered, but these guys were now all of a sudden they turned around and realized
It smells like underarm sweat. Smell that.
it's
Beautiful.
orangey.
Beautiful. Smell that.
It's orange.
Underarm sweat.
I like both.
That's what you want in your IPA.
I like having sex with them when they come back from the gym before they shower.
That's
That's just
Very Napoleon.
That's just me. Because that's just me. So what happened?
So the crowd gathered, and I'm screaming for the police, and then they realized that the crowd gathered, and they turned around and they go, "This white boy just robbed us."
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then
Well.
finally, that other person shows up with the cops, and now I got balls the size of fucking balls. I'm like, "You motherfuckers didn't get shit. Fuck you. They should not." Blah, 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 blah. And then they didn't know, and then the cop, and now they're getting mad because I'm going,
Yeah.
and I'm waving it in their face. Like,
Yeah.
And the one cop goes, "Will you get the hell out of here? You think we're gonna be able to stop these two?" He goes, "Go to the precinct and make a report right now."
Those videos are always so entertaining.
No, but
when the
have
cops are half
Yeah.
the size of
Yeah.
some of these guys they're trying to arrest.
They were at
By the
least
end of it, they look exhausted.
they were at least 6+.
Yeah.
6+.
Wow.
I'm talking
All right.
about like,
So
and so they beat the living crap out of me. I go to the precinct, they make a report. Then me and that person go back to the radio station. Not only did we play it back to make sure that we got it,
yeah.
but what we didn't realize, we got Spike on the tape going, "Go get those motherfuckers." And so now I go to the hospital. I go to the doctors the next day. I had both my knees. I had bruised ribs. I had a knot on the back of my head, and I had every lawyer in the world calling me up going, "Yo, let me get your case. Let me get your case." I had everything, witnesses.
Right.
And I was like ready to sue Spike Lee. And I took Howard down in the elevator. I go, "Yo, I just want to let you know, I'm going to take this guy to court." He goes, "Please, I don't need that."
I don't need
He goes,
that.
"I don't need that." I go, "What?"
What year was that?
You can look it up.
That was
Jason, what year
when
was that?
Spike
You know
Lee.
what year
No,
was
that was when Spike Lee was pretty.
No, he was like
Pretty
signing
famous.
his book. It was Christmas.
Yeah. Now he just goes to Knicks games.
Yeah,
At the
yeah.
time, he was like famous
So,
for stuff.
But you heard Howard say, you heard Spike say, as me and John were getting thrown out, "Go get those."
Wow.
And then the guys went out and beat the crap out of me. I had police reports, doctor reports,
And
and the evidence. And Howard goes, "I don't need that, man. Just please, I'm asking you, just don't sue him. Don't sue him." And I didn't. And I have an uncle that's kind of racist. But no, he's like he's on the other side of fucking.
Parasite?
Yeah, he's on the other side of the country. But every year he goes, when I see him, he goes, "I don't know why you let that not sue that."
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, no, but you know,
Wait, so you're not getting paid now? You got a payday, obviously. It looks like it's a pretty obvious case.
He said, I don't want or need the attention. That's what he told me.
I'm not racist. My wife has a black eye.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! So Howard,
You're my new favorite.
so
Those in the house.
so Howard and Ralph uncomfortably close.
Well, no one can explain it. No one can
They
explain
pee
it.
together a lot.
Hey, fella.
We how about this? We weren't allowed to hang out with Ralph and Howard by themselves. Like there was just they
would hang out by themselves.
Yeah, they would do things.
I was like, fuck it.
But no one. I was there. I was like one of his favorites.
We don't know.
He didn't have
All he said was they were uncomfortably close. We don't know.
for everybody else.
Right.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
Keep going, Ralph.
All right.
Oh,
God, that's all
You
right.
know that I know that you know.
Wow,
We're gonna bend over.
No. Wow.
we're getting some crazy comments. We got Steve Grllo, who used to work on the Howard Stern show, never got paid until the last year. Why did it end?
Well, because that's a good question. It's in the
Of
book.
course it is.
Gorilla parts. It's in the book.
Right.
There was a point where Tom Chiasano, after all those years, realized that I was not getting credit at school, which means that for a good 6 years.
Wait, he thought you were in college all those years?
Yeah, I left school like a while before that. like I said, I burned out the credits in the first 6 months I was there.
Right.
So but nobody checked. There was no balance of checks there. Like nobody checked that.
Right.
I was not getting credit. And the credit.
So all right. So Tom Chiasano realizes, wait, this kid's not in college anymore. He can't stay here.
So he pulls me into his office.
I love Tom Chiasano, by the way.
No, don't get me wrong. I did, but
I'll tell you why I love him. So, sorry.
No, it's okay.
So we're doing Opie and Anthony. We're
Yeah.
just fucking attacking Howard on a regular basis. We had no bosses. They would just wander around the city, so we were just on our own. And Tom Chiasano would call the hotline to try to get us to behave. Because he was also worried that we were going to get kicked off the radio.
Who is you?
I'm like, Tom, you're not our boss.
Yeah. Well,
but he was like looking after the company at the time.
Well, I that's something I always wanted to ask you guys because, I always after I left, I just didn't listen to radio. I live in the city. I'm not in a car.
No, you don't listen to radio if you're in the city.
Yeah. It's just like, and so
podcasting has made that different, obviously. But when it was just radio, you literally did not listen if you lived in the city.
So, but I always I was there for the FCC stuff.
Right.
I was there for his fines and all his gung ho attitude.
No, you were there. 91 to 98 was some of the best years of the Howard Stern.
Here's my problem. Okay, is the fact that you guys come along and you're like almost like. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but in the beginning, because you paid such homage to him, you were kind of like a tribute band.
Nope.
Well, I don't know. You guys didn't come on and say we listen. You weren't fans of him before you got on.
Anthony admitted that he listened to him because Aaron was a working guy, and nothing wrong with that if you listen to Howard as a working guy. And I had no problem with that. I hated that he tried to, tell everyone that we were big fans of his show. I lived elsewhere. I didn't really get to listen to Howard. I wasn't in the area. So if I was in the area, sure, probably would have listened to him.
Okay.
But the fact is, I was in college in Western New York before he was syndicated. Then I started my radio career up there before he was syndicated to those markets. I didn't really listen to him. I would listen to him in the car driving back to Western New York, sure. But I wasn't a regular listener. Our problem with Howard back in the day was he was such a fucking hypocrite that we called him out on it.
Yeah, and I think the fact that I always thought for a second that it was because you guys were very much in the same boat as you said what you needed to say, and you were in New York and you were with an affiliate of the K-Rock. How did it go down when you got told you can't mention his name anymore? And who told you? Because I'm pretty sure it came from God. Did it come from Karmazin?
Oh, it came from Mel Karmazin.
And did you have to go in his office and sit down and be like, because I've been in his office and had to sit down.
So Howard Stern, Steve Grllo, obviously, Opie and Anthony, we all had the same boss. Mel Karmazin, he might as well have been a mafia boss. He was scary.
I worked with him every day.
He was scary as F. And when he told you to do something, he was the only guy that in radio I was ever scared of and always listened to.
And he was a tiny little guy too.
And the problem was like Howard's doing this. Howard's doing this show where he's taking the piss out of everybody, making fun of everybody. You know, it's a funny show in general, right? So we started mocking him because all of a sudden he had bought a house in the Hamptons. We started calling him Hampton Howie, and we were just having fun with it. Anthony did a very good Howard Stern impression back in the day, so we went with it more for the fun of it, and he couldn't fucking take it.
Imagine the man that gave out all that abuse over those years.
So then he would go to the bosses, they would yell and scream, and then the bosses, he would yell and scream at the bosses, and then they would have to turn around and yell and scream at us.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point we weren't allowed to mention Howard Stern on the air. So
that's the free speech.
So then we changed.
That's when I lost him.
Well, then we changed his name to Radio Edit.
Oh, yeah.
And then so Radio Edit is in the Hamptons this weekend.
We're complying.
Yeah. We were complying. So then we couldn't say Radio Edit. And then the list got crazy. You can't say this, and this. It was crazy.
That's where I lost the most respect, is the fact that I didn't listen. No offense, I didn't listen to you guys, but your bumper stickers and the Whip It Out Wednesday.
Wow,
I thought you guys were like, wow, this is great. But I couldn't believe that he turned on the free speech and kind of did that to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. That was the beginning of the big time me losing respect.
Which was so weird because he took on everybody, and I really feel like the only show he didn't take on was us. I can't think of another show where he would play the games behind the scenes and not just say, "F this, I'm going at him on the air."
I'm gonna go to the afternoons and just have a funeral for them. You know what I'm saying?
I guarantee he loved when we both blew up our careers. It was probably the happiest day of his life.
Well, I don't
first Anthony and then me.
Welcome to competition. We're all part of the Infinity Broadcasting family. Why would you do that?
All right, so Tom Chiusano, sorry, I remember. So
Chiusano,
you were technically a college kid for like 7 years, and finally Chiusano's like, wait a minute, this guy's not in college. We've got to either pay him or get rid of him.
Well, no, I think because when he brought me into his office that day, he was like shivering, like I thought maybe he had a cold, but he was shivering at the fact that I haven't been getting credit for the past 6.5 years, which means that how illegal is it to have somebody on your staff that's working 60 hours a week and not getting paid?
Right.
So if he gets busted, if I just decide to pull the trigger and say something, he's going to lose his job because I'm going to sue Infinity for X amount of hundreds of millions of dollars because it's illegal, and someone might even go to jail for it. So when he realized, it's slave labor. We don't do this anymore, right?
Right.
Well, how are you supporting yourself financially?
Why? Because I hustle.
Oh, so you're.
I worked at clubs, nightclubs, and on the weekends and stuff. I did a lot of different things.
Ronnie with a great question because there I'm sitting here like
how are
you're putting a lot of time on the Howard Stern show. It wasn't like a little part-time job. You were there all the time and doing a lot for the show.
What are you doing at the club?
So it actually started off with Club Expo. Lonnie the Man Hanover, who's in charge, he was of course the scores. That's how I met Lonnie, and he was my mentor.
So you were hustling. I
hustled since I was 11 years old.
What are you doing in the clubs?
I was VIP. I was in charge of the VIP room.
So Howard.
Yeah, that's why I smoked. I smoked pot with Tupac. The first blunt I ever smoked with was with Tupac. Tupac.
He was gay, right?
Not for me.
You see the early videos. You ever see the early videos of Tupac?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When it's a high school
kid. I can't. I'm not going to be a waiter anymore.
How is this Tupac?
Yeah.
And then he got the freaking
tats in. So I worked at Club Expo, and he came in. He was filming with Mickey Rourke, and I was in charge of that section. So he came in, and that first thing, my first life lesson is never judge a book by its cover. Was Tupac. So when I came in, he was so nice, please, and thank you, and then. He started smoking the chronic blunts, and I was like, I got Bronx barbecue on my pocket. I got twigs and seeds. It burns when you smoke it. You barely get high. So I go, yo, man. I said, what is that you're smoking? He was like, yo, man, that's the chronic, yo. You never smoked the chronic? I go, I never smelled anything like that. So he went and passed the blunt to me. He goes, that's the first blunt I ever smoked. So after that, every time the blunt went around, Tupac would pass it.
That's sweet.
Wherever so it was my first lesson in don't ever judge a book.
You want to get close to you like Howard got close to
Ralph. No, I didn't see no Finocchio there, but
you never had a Grillo before.
No,
That's
yeah.
the second time you said don't judge a book by its cover because you got a 12-year-old on the cover of yours.
Oh yeah.
So when you walk in while Howard was getting his hair did for the radio show?
Oh yeah, sure.
Was Howard in the room?
Every morning.
And were people like, oh my God?
No, but I was one of the few people that was allowed.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like someone had to give him his egg white fucking sandwich.
People don't understand. Grillo was pretty close to Howard back in the day.
I every morning.
So
That's kind of the reason why scores got big.
So how did you leave?
So
We're still trying to get to the answer to that.
So Tom goes, you can't be here. I go, so you're telling me I have to leave? He goes, yeah, you can't be. So wait, you're not even paying me, and you're firing me? You
can't fire me.
I don't get paid.
Literally.
So I was like,
I'm working for free. You can't fire
and
me.
so like, Tom was in a state of panic because he knew if I did something, something happened, he would like probably lose his job.
Right.
And so now he's in panic. So now I said, so don't come back tomorrow? He goes, well, yeah, like kind of things like that. And so I go, so now I walk to Howard down in the so I get Howard's stuff. And we're in the elevator. We're going down. And I go, Howard, I guess I'm not coming back tomorrow. He goes, what do you mean? Like he's in a panic because I'm the only one he trusts to get his breakfast and his hot water and everything, and his potatoes. And so
Did you know that Howard had to have a baked potato every morning?
It was disgusting.
And you had to
It was disgusting. I had to microwave 2 baked potatoes, wrap it in 10 ounces of turkey. I don't think a dog would have eaten that. But like,
wait.
Should have wrapped your balls in it.
Explain the making of the potato from.
I had to wash it.
All right. So you would walk.
I would wash it.
No, so you
Right,
got
so after you get out of the
every
club,
Monday morning,
smoking blunts with Tupac.
Yeah.
You're washing potatoes in the morning.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
I'm not getting paid.
It's not gonna be
All over
Sunday night. I'm like go straight to work. I was just with Tupac.
All right,
and
so
I got to wash his
what time
potatoes.
do you get into work? I need to know.
Yeah.
You get in there what? 5
o'clock. I
5 o'clock.
I had to be there because with Ronnie, if I missed Ronnie's phone call, forget about it.
And would the potato just be sitting there waiting for you?
No. The potato. You had to have. If you didn't have the potato after 9 o'clock, if he called for it and it wasn't done,
Right.
he usually took it wrapped in a paper towel and took it with him. But
Wait,
sometimes
he brought his
took-
own potato in?
wrapped in
This
turkey.
was a shock jock. Like
I had to go buy
Oh, what
potatoes.
a-
He gave me he gave me $20 on a Monday, and I had to get everything he needed for the week.
And give me the change back.
Yeah.
So the big
Sometimes I would give it back and he would take it.
The big,
I swear to God.
the big tough
Like my mother when I was 5.
The big
my
tough
kids?
You hard. Maybe it's called.
You only 5 cents.
Oh God.
It says 36 cents here. I only see 35.
The big tough shock jock would bring his potato into work every day.
No, I'd wash the
Oh my
potato
God. So you had to
in the
wash
bathroom in K-Rock, and I'd wash it. And then,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's where it goes.
toilet, like water from the toilet.
Rumor has it Ralph was washing his
Oh
potatoes.
yeah. Both of them.
Oh, we don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea.
So I'd cut it like down the middle and then cut it in sections.
But did he tell
And
you
then-
how
and then-
you wanted it cut?
I inherited it from that guy that we don't talk about.
Stuttering John.
Yeah.
So you would cut it
Yeah,
in
but
half
John,
and then you give it
realized
slices?
John was like,
What do you-
never. Yeah,
What do you go?
straight down.
How many
No,
slices?
he didn't get it right. I think Howard realized that. I don't think that kid washes too much, so maybe you should do it.
Oh my God. So he passed the potato job on to somebody else?
Yeah, he passed everything
Damn
on
it.
me.
So
It made me feel like it was a great. It was only because he couldn't get it done. He couldn't get the potato on time. He couldn't show up on work on time. So I did, and that's how I got like.
All right, so now the potato is clean. You cut it. Now,
Yeah,
that would
in
have-
the microwave for 7.5 minutes.
It had to be 7.5
And
minutes.
it came out like some old guy's balls.
Hold on.
Shriveled.
Hold on. I've been trying to figure out how many minutes in the microwave.
Yeah, 7.5. But it came
7.5.
out like some guy, old guy's balls shriveled up, like dehydrated. And I got 10 ounces of turkey, and he would wrap the turkey
It had to
around.
be 10 ounces?
Had to be 10 ounces.
And it wrapped around the potato?
And then he ate it like it was like his last meal.
Like
Like,
a
it was like,
What do you have it in paper towels and just like?
no, if he didn't eat it on the air, if he went long, if he wanted it, it had to be there. But 9 out of 10 times he took it home and he wrapped it.
Would
Put it in
Ralph
a pocket.
would Ralph
But
spoon
yeah.
feed him?
Yeah, well, that
Well,
again.
Here comes the
It was-
airplane.
It was that type of motion. No, like condiments, no
Nothing.
cheese.
No salt, no pepper.
Maybe a tiny bit of cheddar cheese to keep everyone honest. Nothing.
Get about with
How
sour cream.
about some bacon?
Little
Sour
Magos.
cream,
Even
right.
Magos.
One
No
day,
bacon in
one day,
Magos.
one day
There's no bacon
he
in
left.
Magos.
I guess he had lunch. He goes, don't worry about it. So I said, you know what? Let me try with this, see what this tastes like. I was like,
Oh, God.
why would you eat that?
I like eating
like
healthy.
eating cardboard.
That's crazy.
No, and then he started when his breakfast started to get to him. You know what I'm saying? So at 5 o'clock in the morning, the deli next door, they're doing prep work. The guy's got like 20 pounds of bacon,
Right.
20 pounds of like home fries,
Right.
and the whole grill. It was right there on 58th Street. Like both buildings. Like the line was out the door for breakfast. So I had to go. He said, I don't want anybody to know that this is my breakfast. Meanwhile, I'll come down there every day at 5 o'clock. And they're all listening.
Oh, so you're scared someone's gonna poison?
Yeah. So he goes, I want you to watch the guy to make the breakfast. And this guy, because I befriended everybody.
Switch the potato that he grabs.
No, he would move all the bacon and the potatoes off the grill. And then this is like his important prep time. He would clean the grill clean, no oil. He would dump a bunch of egg whites on there, and it would ruin his grill because there's no oil. And then the guy's scraping, and then he got a tomato and he put it in a wrap.
So can you talk about first of all, Alex? Like,
I
think we got a love-hate with Alex. He's
What's
mad.
that?
He's mad that I didn't ask one question, but he's saying,
bitching.
Grillo, what would be
I'm
worse,
looking
the baked potato for Howard, or if your boss made you escort him to the toilet because he thinks he needs potty security?
Potty security. Well, am I outside or inside?
Well, the one thing
I've had to do like kind of like
no, I heard Ralph had a wipe his ass.
Oh, I don't know about
I don't know. That was just a
Potty
joke. I have
security,
no idea.
but,
So no, can you talk about Howard's paranoia? Because I got a Howard paranoia story
It
that
just,
we fell into.
he
Do you know about the snipers?
No, I don't know about the snipers.
All right, so and
He
then
had paranoia like about walking in the streets.
well, I don't
kinda
blame
like-
him for that. He was beyond famous.
But he's also 6'5" and he's bigger than everybody else.
I remember.
Whoa.
I remember when we were doing pretty well for ourselves, and I absolutely would get recognized a lot.
Yeah.
But I realized that he was on another fucking planet.
Yeah.
I happened to be in Central Park on a bike or something, and he was walking home through the park. I forgot who he was with, but it might have been Ralph actually.
Yeah.
For real. It was unbelievable how much he got recognized. Like it was because he's so tall and
But now
he was very, very famous.
Now
So-
he's more like, hey, what's up? I never forget. I think we were walking to Sony for a screening of Titanic, and Ronnie was like, "Hey!" Okay, that guy that used to drive that kind of car. So he was like, "Yo, it's gonna take me like an hour to get there."
Right.
So then Sony was kind of like around the block, and I just remember we were walking on the block, and he's just like, "Whoo, whoo." Like and I was like, yeah. But there was like there was a bunch of us, and I was like, yo, dude, it's okay, man, we got you. Look, that guy, what I am. I was like,
So
yeah.
So
And
let me
like,
tell you
wow.
this. So what happened was Howard, we went to satellite first. We went to XM,
Yeah.
and then Howard followed us not shortly after that. And then K-Rock came back to us because David Lee Roth failed so miserably. They needed somebody in morning, so we made a deal with K-Rock to do Howard's old slot. Even though we were doing satellite, it was a nightmare. It was just too much, and the two companies wouldn't work together. It's a story for another day. But we actually sat in Howard Stern's studio in his fucking chair.
That chair I pushed around every goddamn day.
And this was told to me, I don't know how true it is. There was a giant window that Howard had covered for most of his time at K-Rock because he was scared of snipers.
We did. I know there was no. There were windows in this around.
Do
the
you remember
studio.
a giant window?
Well, it was covered.
Yeah, it was covered. And
I
then
know
after
about
he
some-
left,
I-
he has no idea what he was missing, by the way, because that window led to an apartment where girls would shower in the morning and get to see girls shower.
Yeah.
But he was so
But he wasn't
paranoid.
Ralph.
It was told to me he was so paranoid of snipers that they covered the window because you could see right into that.
I would.
right into that
I
window.
don't remember specifically that story.
I don't know how true
I
it is,
wouldn't
but,
doubt it.
but
I
someone,
don't. I
someone
can't
at
say.
K-Rock, one of the old timers that was still there, told me that.
Yeah, like a couple of that. I'm still. I have one of the microphones from the studio.
Nice.
What
All
else
right.
is there?
So we got Steve Grllo. He's got a book out called Guerrilla Parts. Guerrilla
You
Parts.
can look at Grillo Parts, the book.com.
All right,
The
so
movie that's coming next.
so you got.
I just acting in it.
Oh really?
I
Yeah,
got it all.
Oh, you saved Stern's life.
Yeah, I did.
Speaking of which,
Yeah,
Oh,
it saved his life.
It was a shooter.
At that point, I would have.
He was
At that
Is
point,
this-
at that point, I would have taken a bullet for him.
is this alleged?
No. I had to go sit in front of a grand jury.
A grand jury.
Yeah.
All right, so walk us through it. Be careful
so,
with the stupid social media. And
Well, you
how
want to answer some
sensitive they
questions?
are.
We can do that. And I can jump into the picture. But one of the main stories in the book.
Yeah, we'll take. We'll end with Grillo answering questions for
Okay.
$10. $10 a question.
Until this book comes out, I got no money, so buy a beer.
Join the club.
Yeah. So,
Join the club.
it was. I was kind of running late that night because I was at Scores. I was at Scores like most nights with Lonnie, the man in Hanover, and I got my 2-hour nap, and I got up and I was running a wee bit late, panicking because if you're there and run
You don't want to
the
get
guy that
cars on
drives that
fire.
car that Howard was in.
Wait, you're not allowed to say his name?
No, I can't. These guys are Ronnie.
You're not allowed to say Ronnie.
No, he's not ringworm.
No, I don't.
That's
I-
ringworm Ronnie. That's not
Oh,
Ronnie.
okay. All right. No.
You
I
know
thought
Ronnie,
you guys.
the
I
limo
thought
driver,
you guys.
and you meant ringworm Ronnie.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then when I said Ronnie, I thought
Not
every
the
time.
same person.
So I got there and I was kind of that guy Ronnie was running a little late, just talking about like minutes, but there was a car that either I'd have Howard come in the front or the side. Okay, so you know what the K Rock.
I know.
So
layout.
if there were people out there, normally like 10 out of 10 times it was people that just got up early, they wanted an autograph from the book and just say hello, and it was cool. But when I saw people out front, I'd always tell Ronnie to come around the back. So not only did I got there was a car parked directly in front of the radio station, and I was like, I didn't really look in or anything, but it just seemed like ominous.
It just seemed.
So I got it seemed off. So I got upstairs, and just as I got to the office, Ronnie called, and he goes, "Yeah, 5 minutes." I go, "Ronnie, come around the back." He's like, "Oh, come on, you kidding?" Because like right now he had to go back all the way around.
Right.
I come back and come up that. He goes, now it made his day 7 minutes more difficult. You know what I'm saying? Right? So like literally, so he gave me you're just telling me this now. I go, just come around the back. And someone sitting in a car sitting outside. So now, as we're coming up to the gate was open to the back on 58th Street. And I looked on the block, and the guy realized that Howard wasn't there yet. And he was standing in the corner, realized that she tried to see, and then he realized there was 2 entrances. So now Howard gets out of the limo, and he goes to rush to his car, and he realizes not there's enough time. So now he stands at the end of the corner. He goes, "Howard Stern, you motherfucker! I'm gonna fucking kill you!" And he starts sprinting down 58th Street.
How you do it?
Right, and so like I go, first of all 3 of us were like, oh, and then I go, Ronnie looks at me and I grab him, I go, get inside now. So I got him, I pushed him inside, and I got him to and now I'm screaming to the security guard, close the gate. So now it's like Indiana Jones. And it threw me in the whip, so anyway, so the gate's going down, and I got Howard through the door, and now I'm waiting to see what happens. And now as the gate probably gets to like shoulder length, I see Ronnie grab the guy, and I close the door, and I hear the gate go. Now I don't know if the guy got away from Ronnie, because he's a little guy, and so Ronnie held him. He held him. Sorry, I'm half Italian. Remember that? Yeah. So the gate's coming down, and I held the door and sent Howard into the lobby. He said, "Get upstairs," and I waited for the gate to go down. And I don't know if this lunatic he made it past the gate. So I'm holding the door, and I went. So I'm waiting. So boom,
So I
look, and Ronnie kept him outside. And so now I run into the lobby, and Howard's in the lobby with his fucking gun out, looking like a deer. I was like, he's like, oh, what happened? What was that? What was that? What was that? And I go, oh, yeah. I go, yo, boss, put that thing away. Okay, you're in
Barney Fife.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I wish I would have.
Why is it
I
alone?
wish
Got that reference.
I wish I could have put that in the book.
I thought that was an old man reference.
No. It was totally Barney
like
Fife
old
and
men.
yo. I was like, put that thing away. Come on, we got to go upstairs. And I said, I got upstairs. They put him in the office. They called the cops. And then all of a sudden we realized what the hell happened with Ronnie. So I just happened to be across the street on the corner. There was a coffee truck, and the city marshals were meeting there and having coffee before they got on their shift.
Oh my God!
When I came downstairs, there was a shotgun and 12 shotgun shells on top of the car, and the guy was getting arrested.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if I didn't tell Ronnie to come around the block that day,
Right.
guess who would have pulled up in the front?
So what
And
did Howard ever thank you for this? or anything?
Barely. He goes. It was kind of like, Ronnie and Grillo this morning. They did me thank you.
Wait,
Anyway, what's going on? How was your weekend, Robin? It was
Wait,
like,
hold on.
right.
Did they find any weapons on him? Like,
yeah, a shotgun and 12 shells.
What?
Yeah, in the car on the
Yeah.
front seat.
Ronnie, come over here if you got a question.
So that's crazy. Like, hold on. Was he
Ringworm Ronnie.
Was he one of those black Israelites?
No, he was a white trash dude that was mad that he could.
That was wearing a Doge shirt.
Yeah.
So why was he upset with Howard?
He was upset
That's
with
why I
Howard
said
because
hella crypto.
Howard got canceled in Albany, and he lived in Albany, and he was mad because Howard didn't fight for him to get his job back in Albany because he was mad that Howard wouldn't
He should
fight.
have just talked to you.
Yeah.
Wait, he was part of the radio station up there or something?
No, he was just a crazed listener that was so mad that Howard wouldn't fight for his job that he wanted to kill him.
Oh my God! All right, so Tony, ever ready? I mean, I was half joking, but I'll take your $10 for a question for Steve Grllo. My God, can you ask Grillo why he disassociated with Stuttering John because he's toxic, but has no problem hobnobbing with Shuley, whose best friend was just convicted for child.
Well, I don't know
For
about
child.
that, but I can tell you, I looked up to John as an older brother, and he, there was a lot of things that went on a daily basis that made me crazy.
He's
He's
so-
I tried to be friends with him after all these years, and then he basically, Shuley has been nothing but good to me over the years.
I think I can answer this.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, you don't know what these guys are doing when they're not working for you. I would assume Shuley didn't know what was going on with that guy.
I wouldn't.
I would literally have to think that Shuley did not know.
Well,
So-
you know what? He
so
has
now-
kids. So if he does,
So
if
now
he did,
So now you go after Shuley because you don't like him. That's what this world's all about, obviously. But if you looked at it logically, I doubt Shuley knew that one of his guys for his podcast. I guess I don't know much because I don't really listen to any of these shows. But I would assume Shuley didn't know.
this is the first I'm hearing it. They just did his show yesterday. If I would have known, I probably wouldn't have done his show. No, I'm just kidding. Shuley's been always good to me, and John gave me an ultimatum and said, "Don't you ever do a show."
I like Shuley. He was one of the guys that didn't care at Sirius XM. So we had the Howard people, the O&A people, and Howard insisted, "Don't fucking talk to those guys." And then he started effing with our bookings. He basically told people, "You go on Opie and Anthony, you can't go on our show anymore." But Shuley was the guy. He would see us in the hall. He didn't give a crap. He would come in, say hi. And, He was very, very cool towards us.
He was always good
Very,
to me.
very
So
cool.
when John gave me the ultimatum, I wasn't allowed to go on Shuley's show. I went.
What's their beef? I don't even
know how it started, but
what's their
it
beef?
pissed. Listen, I always say
This is probably too inside.
don't mess with Jews. They'll spend the rest of their life.
Ha
Yeah,
ha!
they'll spend the rest of. So Shuley, I guess something happened. So Shuley got so pissed off that he just decided to make his own show that just dedicated to watching John's show and making fun of him.
I mean, and that's what I was sort of defending Stuttering John at first because I didn't know all the players. I didn't get it. And then Stuttering John turned on me, blocked. I'm like, all right, now I get it.
Well, here's the deal. It's
I didn't do anything wrong to the guy. I posted a video with Artie Lang, and it was actually a compliment. And somehow in his head, he thought I was taking a shot. I can't do this.
After I got the
And
ultimatum.
now that we're talking about it, we're going to be in his crosshairs.
Oh yeah, I
the
know.
next month.
But after I got the ultimatum, he told me I can't do it, and then Shuli asked me to come on. I went on, and I actually defended John.
Right.
And when it came down to the fact that Shuli was going to start his tirade on John, I said, look, he's my friend. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I didn't come on here to bash my friend, and I'm going to bow out. Thank you for having me on. And Shuli goes, much respect. And they did what they did. And then the moment that he obviously got the phone call, which had to be like maybe 20 seconds after I got off the air, I started getting threatening phone calls.
Right.
And I was like, I just defended you. And I
It's-
said you were my friend, and I didn't like what they did, but I'm not going to disrespect Shuli because he's never disrespected me.
I've had him on the podcast and stuff. He's told good stories. Like I'm out of the stuttering job business. He's
at war with everybody.
It's too
like-
exhausting.
He's at war with everybody.
So we got Steve Grllo. How about one more story? Before
Okay,
we wrap
you got
up?
a list.
Well, what do you, I
there's
mean,
a couple of them. I got 18 chapters of
yeah,
stories.
but you know what? The book doesn't come out until almost
March 15th, the Ides of March.
the Ides of March. So you come back when the
Oh,
book's out.
please,
We'll
I
tell
would
more
love that,
stories.
yeah.
Because I think we're just touching the surface.
I have one question.
The surface.
So you didn't get paid for 8 years?
About 7.
I'm going
Ron,
so I-
relax, Ron.
I
We're
can
not making
relate.
money, Ron.
I'm going on 2 years. I feel like we're kindred spirits.
No, we're not.
No.
Ron, beat it. We
I
found your
have a
replacement.
potato. I don't have ringworm. I got a potato everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He goes, yeah. Okay.
I was a wrestler. You either got a ringworm or
See,
a potato.
I want to tell this story, but I don't know.
Oh yeah,
but I don't know if we can.
Yeah, we can.
Just got to do
No, you know what? Remember we talked about making things. Okay, no, it's
I don't
kind of
know
fun.
about that. It's
It's
not fun. There's nothing
No, it was
about
fun.
it.
We can make it
Well, then one of the words is negated if it's fun.
It's just like it was the first time for me, and she just happened to be older.
Hey, I like.
They say that. They say it's a station. I don't.
Well,
Benny said go.
all right.
How old was she?
Well,
19.
How old were you?
12.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, you can't say.
well, Matt slept with his mom.
That's not true. It's not exactly true.
What does your brother look like? What does your brother look like? Oh, Jesus.
Denied. Mine is 2.
No, Matt.
That was
Matt was an exchange student with a family, and technically the host mom he hooked up with.
Yeah, it's kind of something like that.
Where are your papers?
He hooked up with his host mom. So
Yeah.
you technically slept with your mom, not your.
Technically not. It's incredibly not
It
technically.
depends on what country you're in, really.
Any country in the world.
He was overseas.
Still not a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's overseas. It's legal.
Somebody's
You were down in Cuba, no problem.
no problem.
He was part of NATO.
So pick another story. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Let me think about it.
Get me in trouble
I think
already.
I think
I had a great story about
no, for real. Matt's story of sleeping with his mom is amazing.
Can you say it better than that?
All right,
please?
all right. The host mom when he was an exchange.
Luckily, I wasn't related to the
That's
girl.
a woman. That's a woman who used to take care of me.
All right,
Yeah.
She took care of you, all right.
Yeah.
all right. Let's ask this. Let's ask this. When you went over there to be an exchange student, did she introduce herself as your host mom?
No. She spoke French.
Damn.
Oh,
There goes there goes the fantasy.
French doesn't help it.
The mom thing. It would have to be mom.
Never mentioned the word mother. Not
Wait,
at all.
host mom, and she spoke French
Of course, she
with
spoke
broken
French.
English. Broken English.
English and with a thick accent.
Call me mommy. Call me mommy. Call me mommy.
Mommy was never mentioned. It was never uttered. It was not implied. There was none of that.
Can you
You know what was implied? Anal.
Perhaps. Shower in.
You gotta tell the story again. The short version.
Really? On the short.
Pretend you're back on the short bus.
So we-
Get this hockey helmet out.
He goes over there to be an exchange student
Yeah.
as a senior.
I
You were
already
senior year?
graduated high school, and then I went to do another senior year
Right.
of high school in Belgium, right?
Wow,
Just
so
as a
cool.
Rotary exchange student.
Yeah.
Right. And
Were you doing a World War II history thing?
I did a couple of those.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
some good
Cool.
stuff.
That's
Good
cool.
stuff.
So this woman literally hits on him as soon as she meets him.
That's right. Well, she took something that I said as a
right. Like,
I
holy
said,
crap, you're hot.
No, I said, well, after dinner, can you show me where the bathroom is? And she was,
French
like,
means I.
so, yes, she was like, like normally that means we're gonna go make out. I was like, cool.
Oui.
Anyway, so
bathroom.
she's like, this is where you'll be
Show me your
sleeping.
picnic
This is your room.
Chocolate souffle.
This will be your room, and this will be me. You know, that sort of thing. It's just a lot of kissing right away, and then
Kissing right away.
I wasn't even living in the house yet. It was just
So
This
did,
is gonna be
did
great.
she take care of things down there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
She knew you were coming. That's
why
why
I was going.
Oh, I was on my way, man.
I was gonna be right there.
Was
You
she
know?
truly French and really hairy?
She was Belgian, my friend. Belgian.
Belgian, like the waffle.
But she was progressive. She had she
Like
was
the
short
blue
waffle.
Big waffle marks?
Yes, waffle.
Oh my god. That's like
Hey, speaking of waffles, so this weekend we're starting brunch at Gebhards.
Oh, I'm here.
plenty of
Oh,
sausage.
you gotta try it.
Plenty of sausage.
Sausage and waffles.
Yeah, Matt's starting his brunch
Everybody come
Ended up
down.
having sex.
Friday, Saturday,
that
Sunday.
was great.
They were like, it was,
Inseparable.
but that's
Yeah,
literally
That was before porno.
that's
too,
literally
like, really.
every guy's fantasy when they were in school.
It was mine.
Not the
it came
women
true.
that were in my school.
There is a God.
All right, Grillo.
So-
Before we wrap up, why don't we do one more?
I can do
One
the
more.
Christmas at the Hamels.
What's the Hamels? Is
Mark
it Mark
Hamill?
Hamill?
Yeah.
You hung out.
Yeah.
You hung out.
Yes,
with
we're
Mark
doing
Hamill
this
for
one.
Christmas?
No, look at that.
Can I sit on your lap for this?
Yeah. So I've been friends with, I'm one of the biggest Star Wars geeks ever. So I've become friends with Mark through the radio show, and now I've become friends with his family. I go out I feel bad because they just lost their house. But the house in Malibu.
I think everybody lost their house.
Yeah, man, it sucks. But like that house was awesome. So I get, he said after they did the pay-per-view, when Mark was a judge on the Howard's pay-per-view in 1994, he's like, if you're ever in LA, call me up. So I went to LA. His son Nathan came and picked me up. I brought me back to the house. We had dinner. It was amazing. I've been friends with them for a real. They're such a wonderful, sweet family. And I'm friends with like Mark Hamill. It was like crazy. So Mark used to do a lot of theater back after Star Wars. He was a big theater guy. So they bought this awesome apartment on Central Park West. And now they decided they were going to sell it. So it was their last Christmas at the New York apartment. So I went over,
Let's wreck this shit.
No. Well, yeah, it was basically that the Christmas tree. I got there like a little late, and so we just got to hang and chill, and like we were playing the new video games. We smoked. So it was cool, and so it was like 1:30, 2 o'clock, and that day it was like 2 degrees out. So his son Nathan goes, "Yeah, man, just go out the door at the bottom of these stairs, and you'll be outside." So I go out the door at the bottom of the stairs, and I go outside, and the door shuts behind me, and I'm in the back courtyard, and there's no escaping the back courtyard. Like the whole courtyard went from what is it, Amsterdam to Central Park West. So I tried hopping on the fences, trying to find some place to get out. It's 2 degrees. I pounded on the door, nothing. I jumped the fences again, looking for an escape. No, I'm going to freeze to death back here. So I'm like, I literally had like a little other jacket. It was like 2 degrees. So I was like just about to go pound on the door one more time, and also the door kicks open, and it's 2 police officers with their guns drawn. Oh my God! Then I tripped.
Get back in the party.
I tripped every alarm that up the block. They thought there were 2 of me. So now I've been running and hopping fences. I'm from Brooklyn. That's normal. 45 minutes. I'm running, trying to find a place to get out. Now they handcuffed me, and I was like, the Hamels, like 5M, and they're like, bullshit. They were like, where's the other guy? I was like, it's just me. They were like, I was hopping the fences so fast, they thought it was 2 of me.
Right.
So I was like, it's just me. I was like, I'm telling you. So now it's been 45 minutes. They're in their pajamas. They're drifting off. It was a long day. Boom, 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 boom. And like Mark and his wife come to the door, and they're like, Grillo, what the hell? And now the kids are waking up and they're poking their heads. No, they're poking their heads out their door, like rubbing their eyes. They're like, Grillo, what? I was like, what did you do? Nathan sent me out the wrong door. And they all start laughing. So one of my favorite moments of all time in my life is, it's snow. They let me go, obviously. And thank God they didn't check my pocket. I had a knife, bag of weed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing on Central Northwest at it's like 3 o'clock now, waiting for a taxi, and the window goes up, and it's the whole Hamill family sitting there going, "Merry Christmas, Grillo." I looked around, I was like, "What the fuck? How did my life get to this point?"
I knew
It was like almost like a Hallmark Christmas movie. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
awesome.
Grillo gets arrested.
All right.
So good.
It's not going to get better than that.
Yeah.
Steve Grllo, who used to work for the Howard Stern Show, he's got a book out called Gorilla Parts.
Yeah,
It comes out March 15th.
on Amazon, soft cover, hardcover, Audible. We'll have everything. And the ebook. There's advanced buying on Amazon. I think the ebook you can get right now, but it's going to be on Amazon. And if you want to check out anything, it's GorillaPartsTheBook.com.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the book, and then you got to come
I
back.
want this. I could send you a copy. How
Yeah,
about
and
that?
then you come back in a couple weeks,
Okay.
and then we'll talk about you almost being thrown in a trunk by a mobster. I want to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Ron's
Charles
dad,
Grodin,
maybe.
and
Charles
Charles
Grodin.
Grodin almost beat you up.
Yeah, man.
He's in one of my favorite movies.
I
of
know.
all
Look,
time.
the Midnight Run.
Midnight Run is
Yeah, I
the
said
best
that.
movie
No,
ever.
Dude, you can pull up that interview. And I'm chasing him. I just asked him if his kids know he has a wig. And then I was like, he turns and looks at me and I go, "I'm a big fan, Midnight Run." You know, like in the middle of ready to punch my head in, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of it.
And then I'm going to figure out how you can tell that story.
I'll tell you off the air, and then you can figure
All
it
right,
out.
yeah, I'll figure that out. But Steve Grllo, this was a pleasure. Now you're part of our crew.
Oh, okay. Listen, I don't live that far, so
All right. Yeah, you're
That's why
part
we
of our
haven't
crew
bumped
now.
into each other. I see you walking around doing your videos. I'm like, I know where that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Am I in the background? Yeah.
Steve, pleasure.
Yo, my man.
Pleasure,
Oh,
brother.
so see me over
Pleasure.
here.
Pleasure.
Definitely. I'm glad to have
And
you.
we got to talk more stuff about Howard. Wait, do you know any of the shit he put us through? Personally?
No, I personally no. I had an idea because I obviously know how powerful he is and
Right.
how much the disdain for you guys for him to go to that length. I didn't have to be there to understand.
You were gone when we got yanked out of the Park Plaza, right?
I was gone when you weren't even there.
No.
I looked at
no,
like
you're right.
98.
You're
so,
right. No,
yeah.
our run at NEW was 98.
Because you know what I'm saying? It's always like,
My favorite story is like, so he was doing Son of a Beach, that TV show.
Yeah.
And me and Anthony, we would get into Anthony and I. He's 6'8".
Yeah.
He's 6'8".
He's
right.
Doge now.
He's bigger.
He's grammar Doge.
He's 6'8". If he's going, if he wants to correct me, then I got to go with it. So Son of a Beach. And we would get into work early because we both had shitty relationships. So we would like escape and get into the city as early as possible.
Yeah.
And then we would be bored. There was a time when we sort of were getting along from time to time. And we found out that he was doing a press conference at Park Plaza for Son of a Beach. And we're like, let's go down. We're the same company.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this could be good.
Sure.
We took our shots, but we weren't there to do anything. We wanted to check it out. So we go there and we're sitting in the back row and we're eating the sandwiches and stuff. And everyone knew we were there.
Oh.
And boy Gary comes over and he's like, "You guys, I don't know, what are you guys? Oh, we just want to check it out. You know, we're just playing it cool." And all of a sudden, me and Ann are like, we're eating our sandwiches, and we're like, "Why isn't this thing starting?" And we're looking around like, "What the fuck's going on? What the fuck's going on?" You know? Now, the real press is there. Like, when the fuck is this going to start? Long story short, the security guards come and they grab me and Ann. They go, "Come with us." I'm like, "What are we? What?
Who are you? I don't see a badge on you. I don't see a badge on your
What do you mean
fucking
come with us?" We get to the lobby outside the room. They were doing the press conference, and Jeremy Coleman, who now works for Howard, but he was our guy for a long time. He was the program director when we were at WNEW. It's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" I'm like, "What? We just came down and check it out."
Sandwiches.
Fucking Howard Stern called Ken Stevens. He's yelling and screaming, "Get those fucking idiots out of here!" I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Not an idiot.
So-
Not at
so-
Sirius XM?
No, this was
Sure.
yeah. Oh yeah. Very good.
Sorry.
Very good. So Jeremy literally is pulling us like we were kids by our ears, like out of the place. Like, what the fuck? We weren't gonna do anything. And sure enough, we walked out. Howard's limo is right in front. We walk right by the limo. It's all the tinted windows. Ronnie's in the front seat. And we walked away, and as I'm getting pulled by my ear, basically, I look, and sure enough, as soon as we were like a half a block away, Howard got out of the goddamn limo, went into the
That's
Park
fucking
Plaza to do a
pathetic.
press conference. And we weren't even going to do anything. We're just sitting there eating sandwiches,
Doesn't
having
make a difference. You were there.
we were having a free lunch, and we were like, God, this would be cool to check out.
Yeah.
We work for the same company. Why not? And for some reason, like, they were really mad at us. Like, we weren't going to do anything.
Yeah. It's not in the book. I just realized you made me think of like Howard being in a public place.
Round two.
No, it was right after a birthday show, and not that I was being security, but like I'm walking into the limo with like Ronnie and a bunch of other people, and all of a sudden this crazed lunatic comes over and was like, Howard. So I grabbed the motherfucker by the collar, and I was like, yo, get the fuck off. He goes, get off me, you don't know who the hell I am. I was like, I don't care, and I'm like pushing away, and I was like, look at Ronnie, let's get this motherfucker. It was Tommy Mottola.
Oh, no. shit. Wow.
Yeah, I grabbed him by the neck.
Wow.
And I was Grillo, get off of him.
Wow.
He came up, but instead of like coming over and just like going, hey, Hal, it's me. He came over like a crazy like fan. I grabbed him by the throat. I was like, ooh.
All right, so I'm going to read the book. You come
Okay,
back.
I'll send it. Give me an email.
But this is a great start.
I think you're gonna have some fun with it, bro.
Thank you, Grillo.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Steve Grllo from the Howard Stern Show.
Hey, by the way, the shirt, my fucking big brother. This is DMC's cookies.
Daryl makes cookies.
Yeah.
That's what he's up to nowadays?
Yeah. Well,
You know the story of Daryl?
He wrote a thing on the back of my book.
So Daryl, he
DMC.
he came in once, told the most amazing story. So he was adopted.
Yeah.
You know that? Okay.
No, I'm a big hip hop
He
fan.
fucking finds out who his mom is. The mom was a huge DMC fan and didn't know her fucking kid was in the band.
Oh my god!
Who you lose, mama?
I thought his mom was gonna be Roberta Flack. I'm sorry.
Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song.
Going out.
You
Blah,
screwed it up.
Blah blah.
So, no, but he came in and told the whole story. Like, he wanted to find his birth mom, finally found her. She was living in Jersey. And turns out she was a massive DMC fan and did not know her son was in the band.
Oh my god!
That's fucked up.
She was like, yo, what's up?
Genetic.
Hook me up.
You want to know my Roberta Flack story? It's quick and easy.
Okay. Cool.
So when I first moved to New York, I would work out of this gym. And I would go there almost every day. Roberta Flack worked out at the same gym. She had giant sunglasses on, right?
Working out.
And I mean, yes, she was one of the.
She was hiding.
She was
hiding.
Don't
look at me. Don't look at me. She's doing lap pulls.
She was one of these workout
Working
people.
her traps.
Yeah, she was one of the workout people that would bring her pocketbook.
Doing kegels.
She would bring her pocketbook from machine to machine and put it down.
Oh yeah.
So, for real, I saw her every day, and I'll never forget. I'm on a machine, and she walks up with her giant sunglasses, and she goes, "Hey, baby, are you done with that machine, baby?" Never forgot it. I was like, "That's fucking. That's a one-hit wonder right there."
Yeah.
One of the greatest songs ever.
God rest her soul.
Yeah, she died like last week or whatever.
I think 2 days. I don't know.
All right, we got
She's
to
got ALS.
go.
Thank you so much
Go.
for having me.
Go.
Get the fuck
Go.
out.
Get out. Time to go.
Go.
All right. Sorry. So I'm out.
I just got to wrap up with that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Bye.
I'll see you upstairs.
This was great.
Yeah. See you upstairs.
Yeah,
beer. I like beer.
Yeah. I'm vodka soda. James.
I want a hot
Something out. All right, I think we're gonna wrap up. Steve Grllo, everyone, from the
Thank you,
Howard Stern Show. Now that you know we're here, you come by anytime. We're here.
Well, dude.
Well, we mixed it up, but
I'll be in touch.
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right, guys, thank you very much. You gotta hit the like on the way out. This was good.
Very good.
This was good. You gotta hit the like on the way out. All right. Ope, how tall are you? I'm 6 foot with shoes on. 6 foot with shoes on.
With shoes on? Or with
Yeah.
shoes? I heard shoes.
With shoes on. With shoes on. I'm 6 foot.
Yeah, please leave your shoes on.
Ronnie, you got anything before we wrap up?
No.
I
got
got
too much.
It's got too much show. I got a show.
What do you got, ringworm, Ronnie? No, that mic doesn't work. No. I turned that one off.
He's not using mine.
What do you got? Like something quick.
I hope Steve Grllo, is that his last name?
Grillo?
What's his name? Grillo?
Grillo.
I want a hardcover copy of the book.
Yeah.
By the way, he seems like a very
Awesome.
nice guy.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, that was. I'm so glad you said. You know what? I do have something.
It's nice.
I also have to fart.
It's nice that someone else can do the heavy lifting around
We
here.
should have ended with Merry Christmas.
You know what I
We
mean?
should have ended with Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
We should have ended with Merry Christmas.
You know, it's
All right,
nice,
Ron. Thank you,
it's nice to
Ringworm
sit in
Ronnie.
the back and just enjoy
Zombie
it.
All right.
I didn't,
Right
have to, I didn't have to do all the heavy lifting, bring it out, you know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget you got brunch Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this weekend, and every weekend at Gebhards.
I do have a serious
That's how you say
question.
it.
I really can't get the hot max out of my earbud case and like is
God damn.
I'm sure there's a remedy. What do I use? Like apple cider vinegar?
Yep.
Help!
That's right.
You're speaking in the microwave.
No, I really can't.
Everybody shut up.
I really can't get it out.
No, I can take care of it for real.
Oh, you're gonna throw it? No.
Of course I'm gonna throw it.
Actually, he's a smart
No.
guy. He's a smart
I
guy.
learned from Donut Gate.
It's still up there, by the way.
I like this.
I can smell it.
I like the callback. I like callbacks.
Little pig, let me in.
Thanks, Pauly Shore.
Pauly Shore in that
And
band.
Wes Claypool.
Call me, Pauly.
And
Call
Wes
me, baby. Come
Claypool
on.
and
We gotta
Maynard
talk
from Tool.
Maynard.
All right. This is my friend Matt, owner of Gebhards. He throws the party every Wednesday night here at Gebhards in the basement. We're not good enough to be on the main
Oh, Duke's
floor.
coming.
We're not good enough to be on the main
Duke,
floor.
get over here.
Our
Dude, quick!
Come on,
Dude,
come on,
quick!
right
We're
up,
signing
right
off!
No, we don't. Oh,
Come here.
you.
No business, no
Oh,
business.
you.
She got a beer with
Get
her.
away,
She
Ron.
got a beer.
Come now.
Ron, get out of the way.
Come
Let's
now.
do it.
Come now. Come now.
Come now.
Come now. Come now. Come now.
You say hello.
Hello.
That's you.
Say bye.
America first.
Say something in time for us to end the show. Anything.
I knew it.
What does that mean? Is that good?
$10.
Oh, all right.
Send all.
All right, that's you. We'll get her back on the show next week. That's it. Go. We
Bye.
just wanted
Thanks.
to.
Good
We
job.
just wanted to show.
Great job.
There was a
everybody.
lot of ugly on this live stream, so we wanted to show some pretty.
Pretty.
Matt, who throws a party every week at
Yeah,
Gebhards, he's got 2 locations, one here on the Upper West Side, one down on 45th 5th Street, and he's between 8th and 9th. Very good. And he's starting brunch. I'm going to be at Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm going to be at one of those.
Better.
Can I say this? So last week Matt sampled some of the brunch items. So I'm telling you right now, he's got this